If you feel like you can be in control with food and then suddenly you're not, this is going to explain why. In this video, I'm going to walk you through 5 powerful ways to overcome overeating and binge eating. And it's definitely not through cutting foods out nor through more willpower, but by fixing what's actually driving binge eating or overeating. Hi, I'm Zita, a fitness and nutrition coach, and with my partner Terry, a neuropsychology and body image coach, we help men and women over 40 to escape diet prison and build strong, lean bodies through science-based training, nutrition, and behavior change, all without extremes. So hit that like button and subscribe for weekly videos on fat loss, muscle building, and training smarter after 40. Binge eating and overeating are not random, and it's just not a result of lack of willpower. It's a pattern, and once you understand that pattern, you can break it. Number 1, stop restricting. The first thing you need to understand is that overeating often starts with restriction. When you tell yourself that I'm not gonna eat chocolates and I'm not gonna eat bread from now on because you just decided that these 2 items cause your weight gain and now you want to lose weight. So you're trying to be good all day. You eat less, you cut out these foods or maybe more foods. You're avoiding things you actually enjoy. And I totally get it because I used to do this exactly myself. I used to think I just needed more discipline, but restriction creates pressure. And eventually that pressure breaks. It's just like the white bear phenomenon. When I tell you, don't think of the white bear, what are you gonna think of? The white bear, and that's all you can think about. Because it's a psychological process where attempts to suppress a specific thought make it more likely to surface, often with greater frequency and intensity, because your brain sets up a monitoring process to check if you're thinking about it, and this check brings the unwanted thought back into your consciousness. So instead of trying to restrict foods, chocolates and bread, and eat less, focus on eating enough. But what about cravings, Zita? What if I want to have my favorite cake? Because I'm just craving it like crazy. Now, I always recommend the 80-20 rule, where 80% of your meals are whole foods and 20% are fun foods. So when you plan out your meals for the next day or for the next week, you incorporate your favorite cake, and that's going to be your 20% fun food for the day. So it's the highlight of the day, right? Because that's your favorite thing. So instead of your brain focusing on what you're trying to avoid, you can tell yourself, I can have this cake and I'm still on plan and I'm still losing weight and I'm getting over my overeating, my binge eating patterns. You can also create the high protein version of your favorite treats so you can eat even more of them. So make them whole foods. It's important to fuel your body with enough food, consume whole foods, have a plan, have a structure, and be consistent with it. Because when your body feels safe, the urge to binge drops. Number 2, structure your meals. I find that all of our clients are struggling with binge eating because they don't have a structure. They skip meals, eat randomly, and just waiting way too long to eat. And this leads to extreme hunger, low energy, loss of control. So instead of guessing what your next meal is going to be and when, build a simple structure. Breakfast is the most important meal of your day, as it will provide you with the fuel you need to start the day with energy. The quality of this meal is crucial, because if you just grab a muffin, a croissant, or a similar high carb only food, you will get hungry pretty soon after this. You should be consuming at least 30 to 40 grams of protein as part of your breakfast. And now that we are talking about protein, it needs to be in each meal. And I remember this shift myself. Once my eating became structured, the chaos and then all this thinking about my biscuits and chocolates, all the chaos disappeared. On top of protein, also add fiber such as fruits, vegetables, whole grains. Add these into your meals because these are the foods, the fiber and the protein, that enhance satiety, the feeling of fullness, which reduces the urge to continue eating after you're technically satisfied. Decide on the meals and the time of your meals at least the day before, so you know exactly what you're going to eat tomorrow and you have the meals or its ingredients prepared already. Structure reduces decision making and you're not gonna have issues coming home after work, starving, and just not knowing what you're gonna have for dinner. Because what's gonna happen is most likely you're just gonna open the cupboard or the fridge like, oh, what should I have? And then you're just gonna reach for the thing that is already ready to eat. And that's most likely crisps, biscuits, frozen pizza. But when you have structure and you plan your meals in advance, you remove this decision fatigue and then this overwhelm. Ladies over 40, we have a free training on how to lose menopausal belly fat and rocking a bikini after 40. So hit the link in the description below and watch it now. Number 3, practice mindful eating. And what I mean by mindful eating is minimize multitasking, such as having your meals while you're working on your laptop or watching a really good movie, because then you're gonna pay attention to your laptop, your work, your emails, or to the movie. And this type of multitasking leads to overeating because you're just munching mindlessly. You don't even know. And the worst thing that can happen, especially when it comes to your favorite like crisps or biscuits or cake, is you still think that you have one more bite on the plate and then you look down and it's all gone and you're like, oh crap, I need more because I want to enjoy that bite. So that's what happens. So this type of multitasking leads to overeating because it takes roughly 20 minutes for your brain to recognize that your stomach is full. And that is why slowing down your eating speed, chewing thoroughly, and putting your fork down between bites can really help you feel satisfied with less food. So avoid eating while distracted by TVs, phones, or computers to really stay connected to your body's fullness signals. Pay attention to the flavors, the texture, and I promise you, you're gonna enjoy your meals so much more when you are so mindful about your eating. You can also use smaller plates to make portions appear larger, which can trick your brain into feeling satisfied. And avoid eating directly from large bags or containers. Always portion out a serving into a bowl or plate, which really helps you recognize how much you're actually consuming. Number 4, remove all or nothing thinking. And probably this is the most challenging one, but this is where most people get stuck because you're either on track or off track. And the moment something isn't perfect, you feel like you failed, you ruined everything, and so you just overeat and you promise that I'm just gonna start over tomorrow. I lived in that cycle for years, and the thing is that one meal doesn't matter. One day that you ruin the day, it doesn't matter. What matters is what you do next. So instead of restarting, just continue on the plan. If you fall off the track, just go to the gym and do a hardcore leg workout on that day, so you actually make a really good use of that fuel that you just consumed. So instead of telling yourself that I ruined everything because I ate this cake that I shouldn't have, it wasn't on my plan, and might as well just continue with it because it's already ruined. Stop right then, acknowledge it, and then just say, yeah, I ate this cake, but what am I gonna do about it? I'm gonna go to the gym, I'm gonna work it off, not by doing a lot of cardio. Do a hardcore strength training. So you use those carbs, you use the fuel to power your workout. Instead of just telling yourself that now because I ate this cake, it's all ruined, so I might as well just go to the shop and then buy all my favorite crisps and chocolates and biscuits and eat until I can barely breathe. I've been there, I know how it feels, and I promise you, you can get out of this vicious cycle with planning, structure, and shifting from mindset from this all or nothing thinking. And number 5, regulate stress, not just food. Overeating and binge eating is not about hunger, it's about relief. It could be stress relief, emotional relief, or a mental switch off. And food becomes the fastest way to get that. So if you don't address stress, you'll always feel pulled back into the same pattern. So it's very important to identify your personal emotional triggers and find alternative ways to cope, such as going for a walk, calling a friend, practicing yoga, doing 20 air squats, drinking water, or doing some breathing exercises to disconnect from the issue, from whatever the stress is. So it's important to rewire negative habits and give your brain another way to regulate. Once I understood this, really, I'm telling you, everything changed for me. I stopped fighting food and started supporting my system. Keeping a food and mood diary can really help also identify your patterns, your triggers between emotions and eating. So I highly recommend that as well. It's not for everybody, but try it. You may really like it. So if you take anything from this, overeating is not a discipline problem. It's a pattern, and patterns can be changed. Not by trying harder, but by doing things differently. And if you need help applying this in real life, that's exactly what we do inside our coaching. You can book a free video consultation by clicking the link below in the description. And next, I want you to watch this video where I explain my everyday eating habits in my 40s, so you can steal my plan, some of the recipes, because nutrition plays a crucial role in fat loss and body toning.